When it comes to the Renaissance World Tour, I'm wondering, are we seeing the same clips? Are we seeing the same images? Because some of what y'all saying is not making sense to me. What's up, y'all? It's the Venus Journey podcast where we discuss, enjoy, and analyze music, artists, and entertainment. So, the first tour date of the Renaissance World Tour has kicked off in Sweden. The Hive has been counting down and waiting. We got live streams, we got clips. I didn't watch any live streams, but I saw clips, I saw photos. I could not stay away. Part of me wanted to try to leave something to the imagination. I am going to be going to see her when she comes to Detroit in July. So I wanted to save something, have a little surprise factor, but honestly, I couldn't help myself. Beyonce did not have an opening act for the show. She opened for herself. She started out singing Dangerously in Love and some other ballads from earlier in her discography. She sounded amazing. She looked gorgeous. You could tell she was really happy to be back on stage and connecting with her fans, and that was beautiful to see and beautiful to hear. Then she moves into performing Renaissance. And once we start getting to the numbers where she is incorporating more movement, we can obviously see that she is not moving the same way she has moved in all of her other previous shows. We know that she has a foot injury. I can tell by how she's moving that foot ain't healed. And the thing with injuries is that sometimes it's not just one thing. So we know that there was a foot injury, but sometimes when one thing happens, it's not just that one thing. It's not just affecting that one part of your body, because all your body parts are connected, right? So when there's a problem with one thing, that can also cause problems with something else. So I'm already clocking the fact that it's okay, she's not moving as much, but that's not stopping her from putting on an amazing show. She's still coming with energy. She's still moving. She's still giving us a show. And keep in mind, I'm just talking about her specifically as a performer. I haven't even spoke on the costumes. I haven't spoke on the background dancers, the background singers, the band, the production value of the show, period. I'm just talking about her, Beyonce, individually. She individually is still putting on a phenomenal show, even though she's not moving as much. She's doing less physically. Y'all, this set, I absolutely did not know what to expect, but it was something to behold. And that's just my view from these limited clips. What I saw in these short little clips, I was stunned. The details that went into the set design, everything, it was just so magnificent to me. There's no way to really accurately describe it. You really just have to see it. I will leave some links to some clips so y'all can check it out. I'm not including it in this video because I don't want to take anybody else's stuff, but I will leave some links in the description so that y'all can go and look for yourselves. But I just know for a fact that those clips are nothing compared to how it looks when you're standing in front of it, when you're taking it in visually completely and you're in the venue. I know for a fact that these clips are not comparable to the effect that it has if you're seeing it in person, which I'm so excited about. But back to the performance. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of y'all are ungrateful. A lot of y'all are very disrespectful and ungrateful. And I say that because in this current era of non-performing ass people, I really can't believe any of y'all have the audacity to complain about that show and what you saw. Mind you, I didn't see nobody complaining that was actually there. It's people that's watching it for free off of somebody's live stream or watching clips complaining and critiquing. Somebody that's not in the venue taking in the show as a whole. We're not watching full performances that were professionally recorded. If it was a full performance that was professionally recorded, then I could see why somebody feel comfortable giving criticism. But y'all are critiquing clips from people's iPhones from a 3-hour show. That's number one. Number two, it's the fact that this lady is doing less physically and she's still outperforming every single person that has performed in recent years. Vocally, aesthetically, she's still outperforming everybody. She's still producing a show that is incomparable. But because she's not dancing as much and as hard as she did because of an injury, she's being criticized. The performance is being called lazy, which is so blasphemous to me because I don't see how you look at any of those clips I saw and get lazy. I really don't. I don't see how you see Beyonce in the shot and lazy comes to mind because we all know her record. We all know her resume. There's nothing lazy about that lady. So if she's moving less, it's not because she's being lazy. We already know that. First of all. And second of all, how do you look at the costumes, everybody else that's working around her on the tour, and the production value of the show, which is like in outer space? How do you fix your mouth or your thumbs to type or say that there's anything lazy about that show? We just watched Frank Ocean get his ass on stage in house shoes and not even barely sing into the mic. And y'all are talking about lazy? I just seen a clip of Summer Walker on stage with Usher at, I think it was Lovers and Friends Fest. And listen, I know like she got social anxiety and stuff like that. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I already told y'all how I feel about the craft of performing. That girl got up on that stage and it was as if it was worse than what I imagined a 12-year-old getting up on a stage in a talent show and singing that song. I feel like I've seen children in talent shows put on better performances than that. I've been a child in a talent show and put on a better performance than that. And that's her track record. It's not an anomaly. That's what she does every time. This isn't about bashing Summer Walker. My point is that y'all accept these horrible performances from other people but y'all have the audacity to call Beyonce lazy. It's not making sense to me. It's giving you just want a reason to criticize. I'm not denying that she's doing less physically. She clearly is. But the fact that she's being called lazy, is astonishing to me. It's like y'all had to wait until she turned 40 years old and got a foot injury and wasn't able to move the same way she did 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, just so y'all could call her lazy. Just so that y'all can say, I talk about so-and-so and look at the low energy she giving and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like y'all was waiting to pounce on her and make excuses for the terrible performances that other people have been giving since they started their careers. This lady is over 20 years in the game. And she still sounds better than all y'all faves live. Vocal technique, miles above. Stage presence, even with an injured foot, miles above. Conceptually, the story that she's telling with her artwork, miles above. There was a point in the show where she was, I believe, transitioning into performing church girl. She has on this like white coat, like something, and then there are like these UV lights that are changing the coat, and it's like it's turning into stained glass, like a stained glass design on the coat right in front of everybody. And as the stained glass design is appearing on the coat, the band is playing the riff from Haya, which was the song that they sampled for Family Feud. Haya is a song by the Clark sisters, who she also sampled in Church Girl. It's these type of things. And you have to excuse me because I am a Clark sister stan, because I am a Detroiter. I was born and raised in Detroit. The Clark sisters are from Detroit. I've been privileged enough to see them perform a lot in my life. And they have contributed so much to music where I'm from. And clearly, Beyonce knows. Beyonce knows. Solange just had them performing in an exhibition that she had a few weeks ago. So I know everybody is not going to pick up on those details, but I am. And it's those type of details and those type of things that is the reason why I'm not going to hear people call her lazy and not contest it. Because just her having that level of musical knowledge and including certain things like that in the show that pay homage to those artists in specific ways, not just musically, not just vocally, but incorporating visuals and fashion into it. The stained glass look on the coat, that's significant because they are a gospel group that was trained and came up in the church, and they still regularly perform in church. She has been paying homage to these women on her tours for years. For her to be able to still do it and do it in a way that she didn't do it before, to incorporate technology, visual art, fashion into how she's honoring them, that's the level of creativity, artistry, and innovation that makes her who she is. That's why people will still pay to go and see her, whether she is dancing around the stage or not. If you don't appreciate those type of things, then it makes sense as to why you're not getting the full value of what she's doing. You can only understand it if she's hopping around. I like to see her hop around too, but let's be clear, she did that for 20 something years and did it well. Now, she has another date in Sweden tonight. It's Thursday, May 11th. I am interested to see if there are going to be any changes in the show between yesterday and today. I'm also very interested to see what changes she's going to make when she gets to the States. Because right now she's in Europe. I don't think she's getting to the States until June. So I'm interested to see what stays the same, what changes. I don't feel like anything has been spoiled for me. Everything I've seen has just made me more excited for when she comes to Detroit. That was really all I had to say. I just wanted to talk about the clips that I saw and some of the reactions. If you saw clips, let me know what you think down in the comment section. As always, keep it respectful. It's okay if you disagree with me, but just do it respectfully. Have a great day and a great weekend, guys. Peace.